Thank you, Claudio. Well, thank you for this opportunity. Yeah, well, Proyecto Tití started coming to these events 15 years ago. And for the first time in 15 years, Rosamira Guillen, our executive director, is not here to give this talk to you. Instead, she sent me, she had to stay home, but she sent to each one of you a hug. So if I haven't given you a hug yet, come to our table after the session. Well, cotton-top tamarins are amazing creatures. They live in the tropical dry forest of Colombia. And what you hear is part of our culture, part of our this endemic species, and what makes this species very special. They live in family group. As Latin people, they love to be in family group, um, taking care of each other. The female dominant is giving birth to a pair of twins once a year, and everybody's involved in to taking care to these two babies. Sometimes an uncle or old brother comes to take care of the babies while the mother is eating yummy caterpillars or sweet fruits. These amazing creatures live in this corner of the world, in Colombia, my country, but not all in all the country, all the territory, but just in that dark spot you see on the screen. Unfortunately, they are threatened. Their main threat is habitat loss due to deforestation, and animals in this special forest are purchased by illegal pet trade. The problem, the big issue here is that this forest is very, very special. The geographical characteristic of this forest make this very special, pretty unique, and animals like cotton-top tamarins are only found in this kind of forest. But as they are only found in the tropical dry forest of northern Colombia, make them critically endangered. There's only 2% of the forest remains, and that's why there's only 70,000 cotton-top tamarins in the wild. So habitat loss and illegal pet trade is the main threat of cotton-top tamarins. But also political situation threatened our project and make us our capacity of working in the entire distribution area very difficult. Proyecto Tití started 30 years ago as a research program in the third area you see over there on the map. And well, back then, things were not that good. There was a big war between guerrillas and the government. And we wanted to go, we had to go away from that area, and we started looking for new areas to work for these awesome species. So we ended in the first area you see over there on the map, and we were working there for 18 years. Then the government started peace process with guerrillas, and now the entire distribution area of cotton-top tamarins is safer. So 4 years ago, we started working in the second area in San Juan, Nepomuceno, and there we have learned a lot about how to keep growing our efforts of conservation. So we set this conservation model where we still do research, but also we learn in this area in San Juan that we have to put a lot of efforts on restore the areas for cotton-top tamarins. So research and restoration program is the base of our work, but also we are working with kids and people in the community to secure the future of this territory. We do education programs, but also we are working with women and farmers in sustainable development projects for them. Saving this species in this special and unique habitat is saving every species that lives or depend on this special and special forest. But not only I am talking about animals or flora, I'm talking about people too. People that depends on this forest to survive need to learn how to live in harmony in the long term with this amazing creature and this pretty unique nature. So this is how San Juan Nepomuceno looks, and this is where we are building our restoration program. And today we want to present you this program to allows you to know more. I'm sure all of you, most of you knows about our eco mochilas. Maybe some of you have one. And this is a very special project. But the restoration program is something that we want you to know this year. When we moved to San Juan, we found that in this area there is a big national park. The green circle you see over there is a national park. As you can see, there is it's not all the park is not in green. That means the wide space you see there is cattle ranching. And the reason there is a lot of cattle ranching and agriculture inside the park is because the town you see on a side of the park. There's a lot of people there, and they need to take resources from the forest in order to survive. So when we get there, we decided to make something about it. So we developed two strategies for saving the forest. One of them is, of course, purchasing the cattle ranches as much as we can. We purchase land, and then we restored it. But we found that we can't just buy everything, right? So we start working with our neighbors in restoring areas in their own land. And the reason they want to do this is because these farmers, our neighbors, they had to move from their land 15, 20 years ago due to the war. Now they came back, but they don't have any money to invest in their land, or they are in an elderly age and they don't want or have the enough energy to work hard on the land. They don't have any sons that wants to do that either. So we buy the land of those who can work in their land, and those who are working in there, we set conservation agreements. We give them tools, seeds, and capacity so they can work in their land. And in exchange, these farmers allow us to build corridors, and we do this together. Corridors to connect the forest with other isolated patches of forest. Recently, we bought the land you see in red. We bought that just this year. And as you can see, most of the area is in white. That means it's totally devastated by cattle ranching and non-sustainable agriculture practices. This is how it looks right now. So we are eager to start restoring this land, and we think it's possible. We know how to do it. But of course, we can't do it by ourselves without your help. That's why we need 12,000 trees to start restoring this piece of land. These 12,000 trees are going to help us to start the restoration process, because it's a long process. As you can see, it's very devastated, but it's possible. So we have this campaign, $1, 1 tree, and if you want to join us, besides the hug, you can go to the table and donate some trees for this campaign. The team in charge of doing this amazing job of building forest for cotton top tamarins, this special forest, that they are building. They choose very carefully the plants. They plant in a very, very careful way in very specific areas, being sure that these trees are going to help cotton tops either for shelter or food. Well, this is the team that are doing this. Four very strong, determined, young farmers, leading by Juan Barrios, which is a biologist. And well, I'm happy, very happy to say that he is here with me. His first time in the States, in the United States. It's his first time at WCN event, and is very far from the working boots, the mud, the mosquitoes, the plants. So I ask you to welcome him and make him feel very welcome to this stage and talk to you.
Well, thank you, Johanna, for that welcome, and thank you also to all of you. I'm very happy to be here. As Johanna said, it's my first time. I'm enjoying everything and learning a lot. Let's tell you more about our restoration program and how it works, how we do on the field, and how we all the things done on that. As Johanna said, this is my team. There are four guys from San Juan Nepomuceno. I am also from there. All my family is up there also. And we work 24/7, just growing the trees that we need to back up our program. Also monitor the one that we already planned on 2017 and 2018. And also do all the planting process with the community, which is a huge work. So we're very proud of them, and because of their commitment with all this cause. So, but let me go back in time a little bit. This is a really special place in San Juan. When I was a little kid, my dad just to bring me to this special spot with my mom and also my brothers. And we spent all day long there just swimming in that natural pool and just walking on the forest. I believe that this gives me the strength and also the decision to become a biologist and try to protect all the biodiversity that we have in Colombia. And so I'm very thankful with my father to do that for me. Now, this special place is under protection, is also inside of the Proyecto Tití Reserve back in San Juan. So that's also amazing. I'm working every day to protect that. Here's my dad. He do the same with me, and now he's doing it with my little kids. I also have twins like the cotton tops tamarins. And they are just learning from him everything that I did before also. I see this picture. I only can think and give to my kids all the things that I learned before, and also try to give them the idea to protect all the things that we have back in Colombia. This is the first process of our restoration program. As you know, we need a lot of trees, maybe per year 40,000 trees. So if we need those trees, we also need the seeds. So it's a huge work collecting those seeds. All the Proyecto team doing it every day in our reserve and also in the corridor that we already planted. And also my kids in the park in San Juan, in the backyard, are doing their thing. They collect the seed that they see in the floor and give it to me to take it to the nursery. So, and they are just 3 years old, okay? We took all those seeds to the nursery, the tree nursery that we had in our reserve, and grow them and propagate them. Just to, after that, take them out to the field. I'm proud to say that we don't use any chemical additional than the ones that we found in the nature doing this process. All the operation in our nursery is organical, so that's really amazing, and we're getting a huge success on that. This picture was taken just 1 month again to the previous one, so you see the results on that. We really take care of those plants because this is the base of all restoration program. So we manage all the trees over there. It depends on the species. We got a period of time to get them in the right height just to be ready to go out on the field. And that's how we do it. Once all the trees are ready to be planted, we call in the community. They come with those burritos. You see here, Pedro is just hugging the burrito. He's another part of the family up there in San Juan. And they go to the nursery and then go back to the restoration areas. And they do it a lot. So every burrito can carry just 40 plants. And we're planting 40,000. So you can imagine all the work that we do on that. The community support everything over there, and we're really grateful also with that. Once all the trees are on the field, we start to plant them, also using the help of the community. So all the Proyecto Tití team is there just looking that everything is doing it and is being doing in the right way, and the people just help us to accomplish all the tasks. Then after that, we have also a plan to monitor all the trees that we plant. So after we plant them, we spend 3 years just following them outside, just taking care of them also, taking the measure, how they grow, how they fit in time, and maybe if they have a sickness or something like that. Well, that's the only way of monitoring the trees that can we guarantee that the forest is growing for the cotton tops and everything. And well, our dream in San Juan is just build more spaces like this one, in which we can ensure the long-term survival of the cotton top tamarins, and also that the people and the wildlife live together in harmony. So I would like to thank you for all the support that Proyecto Tití have received in time, and also I invite you to join us in our campaign. Thank you.